Hello, and welcome to a very special edition of Sweat Theater. I am outside in the heat, but I got a very special video today because I'm going to sing someone's praises, actually two praises, and I'm outside. It's about 90 degrees out here, and I finished a project yesterday. I am going to just rave about this. So a couple of months ago, my daughter ordered a play set from Amazon and it never arrived, and we called, and they showed we received it. They didn't have anyone who signed for it. They just showed it was dropped off, and of course it wasn't here, and we disputed it, and they said, well, give us a little bit of time. We gave them a month, and they literally couldn't find it. They don't know where it went. The guy that said he dropped it off, they tracked those with GPS, and they said he was never in our town. So wherever it went, it didn't come to us. So we got our money back and we bought this one. And this one is what I'm going to sing praises about, because I spent, first of all, I was going to start on a Saturday, and it rained all day Saturday. So Sunday I just unpacked the boxes, and the boxes were, they were just, the way they were packed was really clever, but man, it was just all little pieces of wood. And yeah, so they basically shipped us a big pile of lumber. And so Sunday I unpacked. It took me about 2 hours to unpack it. And I work nights, so I get home about 7:30. And I would work until about noon or 1. I think 2 was the latest I worked. But overall, over the course of the week, including the 2 hours I spent unpacking, I added it up. It was 23 hours putting this thing together. And in the instructions it says 14 hours with 2 people working, but I was working alone, so I think I made pretty good time. But the thing that impressed me the most was I put this whole thing together. Not a single hole was misaligned, not a single screw was missing, not a single screw got stripped putting it in, there wasn't a single issue. Every day, everything went together perfectly, and I was just floored. When I got done and I put the last piece up, I was like, this doesn't happen. You can't even put an IKEA chair together without something misaligning. Now our company is a door company, and we recently sold off all of our wood door divisions. But I've been inside the wood door factories, and I know that what comes in the factory are big slabs of wood, and you could put 15 slabs of wood on this machine and get 15 different doors out, different doorknob locations, different hinge configurations, some with windows, some without, different edges, different finishes, and it's all computer controlled and perfectly accurate. So I imagine that's what they do with this. They got some kind of computer controlled, everything comes out perfect. I am still floored. I worked a whole week on this. I did not smash a single finger. I did not swear a single swear word. Everything just kept going together perfectly. And I was freaking out. I thought, oh, the last thing is going to go wrong, but nope, nothing went wrong. I got it all together. Like I said, not a single piece out of place. I am very, very, very impressed. If you're wondering, this is a little Tykes Bobcat Ridge Real Wood Adventures. Looks more like a goofy dog to me, but yeah, I can't sing their praises enough. But I have to sing another praise. There is a app called BILT, B-I-L-T, BILT, not with an S at the end, BILT. And the manual that came with this thing was like 120 pages. I think it was even longer than that. It might have been closer to 200. And like any manual, it shows the parts and how they go together, what screws to use. And all the parts are, all the wood bits were labeled, use WA4 and attach it to W6, And, but this BILT app, BILT, and I swear to God, this is the best app I've ever downloaded. It was in the front of the manual. It says we recommend BILT, And BILT has they have tons of manufacturers, tons of things in there that you can build that you would have to buy and put together. And it's just amazing. So like there was a couple points where, like, I have the square tower built and it says attach this piece of wood between these two legs. I'm like, do they mean these two legs or these two legs? I wasn't quite clear on that. But with the BILT app, you can zoom out, rotate the piece, rotate it up and down. Look, it's basically a 3D CAD cam picture of the part. And you could tap on it and it'll say, okay, this board was W4. You could tap on the screw and you got to use this, SW50 screw, and here's the tool you need to put it in, and here's the orientation, and you can rotate it, go backwards and forward, have it talk to you. After I went through like the first couple of pages of the manual, I thought, well, I'm going to try this BILT app. I never picked up the manual again, and I attribute that BILT app to helping me not make any mistakes, which is incredible. I made no mistakes putting this thing together. And that's because anytime I had a question, I could rotate the part around and see which way the screws had to go in. But yeah, there's not a single hole misaligned. There's not a single anything wrong with this thing. And it's pretty solid and everything. So man, you gotta see all this stuff. And it's just freaking amazing. So anyway, that was my whole week. It's now Saturday, and if you're wondering why the kids aren't playing on this, it's because they went to a 4th of July festival thing. The funny part is there's this rock wall part, and my 2-year-old granddaughter just loves it. And it's scary because it's kind of steep and high, and she's only 2, and she's just a baby, still in diapers. But she comes out and she scrambles up that wall. And that's the one thing I deviated from. I took one of the handles that was supposed to go on the monkey bars, and I put it on here because she had trouble like getting up that last step. So I'm going to put a handle here so she can get up, and it's just fantastic. She just loves every part of it. But yeah, this was my week, and I'm just so happy, and I feel really good about myself. I never got angry. I mean, my daughter will tell you, she'll say, Dad, can you put up this shelf? And I'll be like halfway through and swearing and yelling and punching holes in the wall, and why won't this screw go in? Why did this get stripped for just like a 4-screw shelf, So I'm just amazed. So anyway, little Tykes, Railwood Adventures. This is the Bobcat Ridge model. Has a little bit of everything on it, and it's just the right size for our kids, which is grandkids are between 2 and 9. 9 is like the upper limit, but I shouldn't tell you how much I weigh, but I climbed all over this thing and it didn't do anything. So if I can climb on this thing, you could probably put about 15 kids on this thing. So anyway, Bobcat Ridge, BILT app. I'm telling you, that was, I have GPS apps, I have work apps, I have games and all kinds of apps, but I've never seen an app like this BILT app, and it was absolutely free. And the next thing I have to put together, I'm going to look it up and see if, and they had so many hundreds of things that you could build. I just can't imagine building something without this app. It's just amazing. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys take care. This was a special episode of Valentine Goose. Take care.